the weather outside is something. And something, something, something. Something, something, something. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
The next stop is WonWay.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Good morning, good afternoon, good night. This is WonWay Podcast, episode 41. My name is Henry with my guy Samir.
Hey.
Like this.
Yeah, pick your nose one time.
No D.
Yo, it's mad fucking cold, son.
No. We're just getting
I
started.
feel like you, boy. I literally
Just
feel
getting
like
started.
you. It's kind of wild. So my building, for some reason, they want to act like they were built in the fucking 1800s. They, the heat, like, all got fucked up. The hot water, the heat, the whole nine, boy. And on the worst day possible, like literally the day of the snowstorm. So it's like,
it's crazy because to see you bundled up, like the way you've been bundled up, I know. Okay, it's got to be.
It's
cold
got to
there.
be, yeah. Like I FaceTimed you yesterday, and I showed you like I was wearing pants and shit, bro. I was wearing boxers, basketball shorts, pajamas, and sweatpants, and then a tank top, like a long john thermal, like a shirt, a t-shirt over that, and then a hoodie. And then I had like a beanie on and socks, like in the crib with a blanket. Like it was fucking brick in the crib. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like.
And you're the type to put a fan on in this weather. Usually,
I still had the fan on, of course, but you know, like I definitely was still cold. That doesn't change the fact that I was cold, but I definitely had my fan on still. Facts. I can't sleep without a fan, bro. But for me,
I don't know how you do that. Not during the winter time. I'm good on that. I actually can't. I can't even try to sleep with the fan on.
Nah, I think for me the reason why I sleep with the fan on is because of the noise.
Can you sleep in silence?
Nah.
That's interesting. I know someone that can't either. I don't really. I mean, I guess I get why, but I could sleep in either one.
It's not that
it's not a big deal if it's quiet.
Nah, it's not that it's like if I fall asleep on my couch and just fall asleep, it's calm shit. It's whatever. But like if I'm like getting ready for bed, there's absolutely no way I'm like, all right, I'm gonna turn off everything and just lay down. Get the fuck out of here, bro. I need to have a fan on. And that type of noise, like a background noise. I don't know how I can't sleep with the TV on. That's different. TV I can't do. But the fan needs to be on because I need to hear something. Because if not, boy, all of a sudden you just start hearing the neighbors, not the neighbors, like the imaginary neighbors that are in your house actually at the moment. Fucking floating around the skies, boy, just making noises. And
I was gonna ask, like, what is it that you can't sleep in silence? Is it like you just start hearing like noises?
Not necessarily that I hear noises. I just feel like the mind tends to do stupid shit when it's complete silence. Especially my mind can go to very interesting places, and I just don't got time for that when I'm trying to sleep. So it's like I'm just throwing some noise.
That's mad interesting.
Yeah, it doesn't like I said, if the fan, like, let's say there was a period of time where the fan was broken and I didn't push to go buy a new one, it wasn't a big deal. But it was definitely like, it's too quiet. Like, I'm trying to sleep, but it's too quiet. You know what I mean? Like, it was a little weird.
Yeah.
But, like, I know, like, I wouldn't mind having, like, I'm the type that wouldn't mind, like, if my bed was close to a window, I'd leave the window open the whole night. And I would listen to the sound of the outside. Whether it's cars passing by, whether it's wind, whether it's honking, whatever the fuck it might be, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
But like silence, pure silence, I'm good. Darkness I need.
Yeah, I don't have a preference.
Darkness I like. I like pure darkness. But like darkness and silence, I'm good, beloved. I can't do it. It's just weird for me. It's very like it's quiet. It's gonna get you. Like, you know what I mean? It's just a weird baby, boy. I'm good, son.
That's interesting. It's like it's on some like you don't leave your feet hanging out the edge of your bed because the fake monster's gonna come get it.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? Why is that a thing? Like I think most humans feel that way. Like I be seeing sometimes, like, you know, like if I ever see my mother asleep or somebody like asleep and I'll see their arm off the bed, I'm just like, yo, y'all wildin', y'all playing with fire. Like it's all fun and games till you get under the bed with them. You know what I mean? Like, what are we really doing right now? It just feels weird though. It feels naked. It feels very naked when your foot is like hanging off the bed. I think nah.
It's funny because for seeing other people, like with whether it be my brother, whatever, with their arm off the bed I don't think about it. But for myself, like if my feet are hanging off, I've definitely had a time where it was like I need it under the covers because the boogeyman's gonna get it type shit. I don't know why.
It's crazy because
it had to be just from like fucking watching movies and shit growing up or something.
Yeah,
it makes no sense.
But everybody, I think it's like the monsters under the bed type shit. You know what I mean? Like, but you got people fucking 35 years old talking about, nah, man, my feet can't be off the bed. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not, just not normal for me. But I 100% feel that. And also, like, I can't sleep with the blanket covering my feet. Like, my feet have to be out the blanket.
Yeah, it doesn't matter for me. I'm not really too conscious of that. I don't even know what. I think I sleep with them under the blanket for the most part.
Yeah, for the most part, I think my feet are outside the blanket. Can't sleep with socks on. Can't sleep with basketball shorts on. Can't sleep with a t-shirt on. Like I could, but
no preference. I have no preference with that. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's like if I have a shirt on and basketball shorts on and socks on, and that's just what I'm feeling, I'll sleep in it. It's not like I need to take my socks off.
Nah, that's
I need to take
off
my shirt off.
That's doing a lot. Like I need to be in boxers, sockless, and a tank top, or no shirt. Like a t-shirt is annoying, almost.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just a lot.
You can sleep with you could sleep with a hoodie on?
Hell no, boy. Hell no. The
I definitely can.
Only time I slept with a hoodie on was when I had COVID, because I was fucking shivering, boy. Like with a fucking 100 fever, still shivering though.
Yeah.
That to that point where it was like I needed a hoodie and a scarf and under 3 blankets, boy, and just like sitting there, boy, like a fucking COVID patient. You know what I'm saying? Like,
nah, I have trouble sleeping anywhere that's not my bed. That's the only thing I have trouble sleeping with. I actually hate sleeping anywhere but my bed.
Really?
Like hate it. It's like you know what it is? I don't know why. I think it's because knowing I'm gonna go to sleep, and I'm gonna wake up not in like my own room. I'm gonna be waking up on this couch, right, or like someone else. I'm sleeping over someone else's house, and like
so it's different when you travel.
What's up?
It's different when you're traveling.
Yeah, when it's travel, I mean, I'm away for like a week or so, you know, and I have a bed, a comfortable room and shit. Yeah. So when I say sleep with someone else, I guess like, I don't know, sleeping on someone
on some like a random sleepover, like, yo, Dick, I'm gonna just crash at your place type shit.
Yeah, like I refuse to do. I'll walk home. Yeah. Like I'll break night. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever I gotta do to get home, but I'm not just gonna crash at someone's place.
100%, bro. I'm the same way. It's crazy because when I was younger, I think one thing I liked and I enjoyed was like going out for the night and coming back the next morning, or vice versa, having have the bros over, we chilling, playing 2K the whole night, just chopping it up, bullshitting. Yeah. Whereas now it's like, yo, everybody get the fuck out of my house. As a matter of fact, you guys are not even invited, to be honest. You know what I mean? Like, if y'all want to link, we could go to your house, or we could go to, like, fucking the corner store, and we'll chill at the deli. Like, we could do something, but nobody's allowed here no more, boy. I'm sorry. It's just, like, on some sanctuary shit. You know what I mean? And just, like...
Yeah, I think that's what it has
every now and then, I might be fit for, like, to host something, you know, whether it be, like, a fight night or a fucking Super Bowl party, the finals, NBA finals, some shit like that. But... 90% of the time, 95% of the time, it's like, leave me alone.
Oh, D.
You know what I mean? Just leave me alone.
You think as we get older, we just tend to be like, I don't want people around? You think that's a thing?
I don't know if it's that I don't want people around. I think it's just you learn that you can sometimes be your own peace. And I think when we're younger, we're not aware of our own peace. So we're very it's like we're almost always chasing a fix. So whether it be like, oh, what am I going to do now? I'm going to play Xbox. Okay, and after that, what I'm going to do? I'm going to go on the computer, and after that, I'm going to go hang out with my friends, and after that, I'm going to go home, and after that, I'm going to watch this, and after that. Whereas now it's like, it's calm shit. We're kind of more self-reflective on our mind and our feelings and how we feel. And sometimes people around you in your life bring some unnecessary energies or drama or fucking... It is not even in that route too, because you could be all good. I just like to be alone. Right. You know what I mean? I just think for me specifically, my alone time is my most peaceful time. Like when I have people around me, it's just like there's always like a sense of like I have to like meet a quota in a way. Like I have to adhere.
Yeah, it kind of feels. You almost have. It's like an obligation.
I have to like
here.
adhere to like a sense of like duty, or like a sense of like, hey, I'm here to converse if you'd like to, or hey, how was your day, or hey, what's up, man, why are we so quiet? Whereas when I'm by myself, it's like fuck you. You know what I mean? I could do whatever the fuck I want. Which a lot of the percent of the time, I want to be alone for that reason. Which is like, it's funny because they say like when you get older, your circle gets smaller. And I don't think for me it's about like my circle is bad, that's why I want to be alone. I don't think it's about that. I just think me, the type of person I am, I like being alone more than anything. But I'm super sociable. You know what I mean? I love to hang out. I love to talk to people. But for an hour, you know what I'm saying? Like for an hour, we could go chill for an hour or two max, and then it's like time to hit the hay, time to go home and just get in bed and just chill out, wind down. This past,
because I'm definitely, I mean, like we said before, I'm the opposite of you, but it's definitely gotten like, I'm not gonna say progressively, I'm not gonna say worse, right? Because I don't think it's a bad thing, but it's just like, it's gotten, wow, I want to be like the only person walking Earth. It's like that bad. I'm not joking. Which is why like I used to like this year because like this year I picked up on like hiking a lot. And I think a lot of it has to do with I feel like I'm the only person on Earth.
Will Smith, boy, I Am Legend, boy, relax, boy.
Yeah, facts. I Am Legend is actually perfect.
That's comedy. Nah, you see, that's the thing. Like,
I don't know why.
I need like 6 people.
Yeah.
And it's just on some like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like I'm alone majority of the time, but there's always a Henry that I could reach out to and chop it up with. There's always you know what I mean? Like there's always something. Like if think about it for a second. Think about if we didn't have, you know, our friendship, and we didn't have, like, you didn't have your brother, or you didn't have your cousins, or anybody, boy, your mom, your pops, nobody. I don't know, man. That might be peaceful for about a day or two. Maybe a week. But I think after that, it gets a little crazy. And let's say you don't have social media, you don't have nothing. It's a little crazy, bro. It's a little crazy. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I guess because the only way I could feel the way I feel right now is, I don't know, I guess knowing I have like my brother, I have you, you know, and I have family. I've experienced being around that for so many years. Now it's like, all right, now I want to just be alone. Maybe that's why I could say that. Yeah. But to your point, I think if you just start new game, right, and you're just the only individual like that, you know, basically, you know what I'm saying? You got nobody. That could be lonely. That could be sad.
It could be crazy. It could be crazy, or it could be way too liberating and way too peaceful. That when anybody else comes around, it's like, whoa, back the fuck up. You know what I mean? Like, back the fuck up. You're way too close to my space, which is definitely wild. You know, I've been wanting to take my first solo travel experience. I wanted to do it this year. I've been a little reluctant. I don't really have a reason why. I know I was gonna book a trip maybe a couple weeks ago. I hit up Henry. I was like, yo, you know, these flights to I was looking at Colombia again. I was like, these flights to Colombia are like $270. We out. And he dubbed it because he has some other shit he's doing. So it was like, I'm sitting there and I'm like, do I want to go Dolly? And I kind of was like, nah. Like, I kind of dubbed the idea. But then the idea resurfaced, I want to say, like, this week. I was like, yeah, I think I need to get away for a little bit. I don't know, though. I don't know, but I definitely, I don't know, boy. I'm in a...
Nah, I say, you know me, I'm going to say do it.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm going to say go for it. Sure. Absolutely.
For sure.
I've been fiending to do a solo trip because... So I did like a fake solo trip when I went to Philly for like a weekend by myself, and that was only because what's up?
Wasn't it PA, like fucking remote Pennsylvania, some bullshit?
Yeah. And it was on some solo trip shit. I wanted to kind of just see a different city by myself, but I want to do this out the country and for like a week in fucking the middle of Europe. Yeah. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Something like that. That's is
100%.
Is more exciting. 100%. I say do it, bro. I mean,
yeah.
What is it?
I'm considering. I'm thinking about spring break. Might be doing a spring break. I was gonna do it for the February.
What is it
break.
though?
What is it? Why?
Yeah, like why not? Like why don't you go?
I think
like what's making you hesitate?
I think part of it is there's some things that I'm working on right now that, one, I need to be close to home to work on them. 2, I feel like there are also some things that I'm working on getting out of, like, rid of my life, that I think the temptation would be higher in another country where I'm more free. So that's another thing that I'm like trying to like stay diligent on. So there's a few aspects of it, you know. And also, bro, I just feel like with COVID having me kicked in my fucking crib for the last fucking 87 years, I'm in a very like, if the vibe is right, like I know this contradicts what I just said fucking 10 minutes ago, but I'm in a very, I have like a very, like I'm yearning for social interactions and people and just being out here. And I think I would rather enjoy that with like one of my guys or like, you know what I'm saying, or a good friend and going out and doing that rather than going alone searching for that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
on some experiencing it. But we'll see. I'll definitely update you guys about that. I might pull the trigger for spring break though for April. And go back to Colombia. Yeah. Because Colombia, bro, I'm going to be honest with you, bro. You got to put that on your bucket list. So that was like the one trip that me and Henry didn't go together. He couldn't get off work, I think. And it was it's an amazing country. It's absolutely a beautiful country. We went to Medellin and we went to Cartagena, and it was just literally gorgeous. Like, the nature there is, it's literally breathtaking. Like, as crazy as that sounds, it's breathtaking. Yeah. You get off the plane, you step out the airport, and it's just like calm. Like, the feeling out there is just a calm energy. It's just kind of wild. Like, the nightlife is crazy, but like, you know, you could walk down the block and there's mountains surrounding you everywhere you go, and it's just peace. It's just straight peace the entire time.
Yeah.
You know, it has every country.
I really do wish I went. Yeah. I did. I wish I went. Facts.
Yeah. Every country has its like, you know, it has its nightlife, has its like, you know, shady shit. Every country has that. But I think the media does a terrible job depicting Colombia for its actual beauty. Like, it's very like, oh, you think of Medellin, you think of fucking Pablo Escobar, you think about the drug trade, you think about shit like that.
Yeah.
Which is real, which is a part of their history, which is literally legitimate. But for the country that it's become over the last 20, 30 years, it's elite. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful country. Beautiful country.
Yeah.
And you know,
I think it's fair to say almost like, I'm not gonna say every country, but you know, all these countries that got like that bad rep.
Mm-hmm, exactly. A lot
like
of
we got
countries.
like just like here, bro. Like, you know, you have bad parts of Brooklyn.
Exactly.
You know,
parts of New York,
parts of Brooklyn.
100%.
Yeah, same
100%, shit. Same shit. Obviously, different levels. You know, like when I was talking to locals out there, we had a couple of locals, like the guy who rented us the Airbnb. Excuse me. He had a property manager that would like come and check in on us, and he was also the plug. Like, he got us everything we needed. Man got us like soccer tickets for like $10, 10 American dollars, boy. It's like one of the biggest games in Medellin type shit.
Nah, yeah, it is. After you told me about it, I looked it up, and it's like one of the biggest games in Colombia.
No, you don't get it. Like, it was a random night, and we were barbecuing on the rooftop, and it was pouring rain, but we had like a balcony covering us. So we were barbecuing. It was me, my boy, and a couple of friends that we met. And like, he just knocks on the door, and he had brought us like a fruit basket. Like, hey guys, I just brought you this fruit basket. It's fresh from the garden. I was like, all right, bet, fam. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. I was like, come inside, have a burger with us. So he comes and has a burger. He's like, yo, you guys are not watching the game tonight? We're like, what do you mean watching the game? And then he's saying this all in Spanish, by the way, but my boy's translating. So he's like, better, yeah. He's like, I could probably get you guys tickets if you want to go. He's like, it's about a 45-minute drive from here, but you guys are on vacation, so I'm assuming you guys would want to go. So we're like, wait, you serious? I was like, what is it, like a soccer game? He's like, yeah. Gets us 4 tickets in like 4 minutes, boy. I don't know how he did it. Like, he literally went downstairs, came back up with 4 tickets, and then he comes with a box of jerseys, and he has jerseys for the soccer teams. So he's like, oh, and I got you guys these jerseys too. Here, just give me $15 each, and we're good. I'm like, huh? $15 each, boy. Here's 30, boy. Thank you. Appreciate the love. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gone. Yeah. Got in a cab, went to the game. We were late. We got there about halftime. But when I tell you, we walked in, and it was just like, half the stadium was in green, half the stadium was in red, and it was loud as fuck, boy. Like, and it was pouring rain.
Amazing.
It was pouring rain.
It's amazing.
Pouring rain.
Yeah.
And like, our tickets were like well, the stadium wasn't big. That's the shit. So our tickets were like, we were in the middle, but was basically like floor seats. That's how like it was. Right. It was solid. And it was pouring rain, and everybody's like fucking going crazy, cheering this side, going crazy ham shit. But just a beautiful, beautiful country overall, man. It was just. I was gonna make a point about it.
Yeah, man.
I was gonna make a point about it. I forgot. I said the locals. Fuck it. Yeah, I mean, the point was just the idea of like the image that it's.
Oh, we was talking about like bad neighborhoods.
Yeah, we were talking about the bad neighborhoods, and then I said basically like the locals are pretty cool there.
Right.
Like you have your okay, I got you. The locals there, I feel like some of them take offense to tourists that come and perceive their country as beautiful, because they look at it as like, I know there was this one girl that I met out there.
I could see that.
She was very like, you know, no offense to you guys are here on vacation, but this is our life, and we have to struggle for food every day. We have to struggle for this, struggle for that. And it kind of made me change the perspective a little bit. But at the same time, it's like I'm not being culturally insensitive because I'm being culturally respective of your own culture. I'm sorry that I wasn't raised here. You know what I mean? I don't know that. But for her to sit there and tell me like you guys shouldn't come here, like she ended up getting really upset. We actually had to like ask her to leave the apartment because like she was getting very like, I don't know if it was the alcohol. I don't know what it was, but she was just very like, you fucking American tourists, you think you come here and have a good time, and the whole time we're struggling to get a meal. And mind you, the whole time we're there, there's none of us are like arrogant fucking, hey, baby, we're American, we're rich. None of us are like that. You know, we were literally on some humble shit, calm shit, very low key, grilling burgers, playing some music, and chilling.
I get what she was trying to, the message she was trying to get.
The message she was trying to get across was valid, but you could have went about it in a much more productive way. Instead of fucking attacking, you could have educated. Like, look, what you guys are seeing is not the reality of Medellin. But also, that's nonsense too, because we're coming from Brooklyn. We're not coming from fucking Beverly Hills either. You know what I mean? Like, we're coming from Brooklyn, New York, and we've come from struggle as well. You know, it's not like we're coming from these. It's not like we're coming.
It's different.
It is different. It is different.
Super different.
It's not. I don't want to say super either, bro. If you're coming from poverty to go see other poverty, what's the difference?
No. I don't think. I think you're underestimating what poverty is in Colombia.
I mean, so we're comparing two verses, I guess. But fair enough. You know what I mean? Fair enough.
They look people. Me and you live a rich lifestyle compared to what they live in.
Well, I'm not talking about where I live now. I'm saying the idea that we, like me specifically, I've come from poverty where I was literally poor at one point in my life. I understand that, and I'm able to empathize with you about it. Just because I'm not in that same predicament now, knock on wood, doesn't mean I can't empathize with you. You understand what I'm saying? And I think that was her angle was very like, you guys will never understand. And my boy who speaks Spanish, he was trying to tell her, like, listen, you know, you don't really know us to say that. You don't know where we're coming from. You don't know what we were raised on. You know, life has changed over the last 10, 15 years. But when our parents first came here, they were poor, boy. You know what I'm saying? My mother was poor.
Oh yeah,
like that's a real thing, you know. So it's like this is a real reality. Granted, it's different because you know they're living it as adults. The only thing I could think
of is like I'm sure like if we want milk, we could go to the store, right? Like if we want water, we have it in the sink, in the bathroom.
And that's the thing.
If we want a warm shower, we just turn to the hot water. And I think that I'm assuming that's where.
Yeah, and I think that makes sense, right? But you know, like everybody will have a different perspective on how she could have went about that conversation. But you know, there's people in Colombia that you know we spoke to, and they were very like a lot of people here. They don't want to. Then again, that's an arrogant way to put it, but they were very like they don't push to get out of the struggle. They're just very like complacent with what's going on because there's a bunch of rich people out there too, bro. You know what I mean? And the rich people out there are rich for a reason, right? Granted, you don't know the stories, you don't know the history behind it, but either way, there's good and bad to every country you go to, and I think that was the purpose that she wanted us to see. Was like, look, you guys are living the vacation lifestyle out here, but the raw lifestyle out here is not like this. Mind you, we were in a fucking Airbnb that didn't have hot water fuking 7 days out of our 10-day trip. You know what I mean? So it's like, we get it. Like, it's calm shit. We literally didn't have hot water for like 5 or 6 days. And when we made a complaint about it, he's like, yeah, bro, I'm sorry. This is just the nature of the beast out here. Like, you don't always get hot water, which speaks volume. But overall, I get it. Overall, you know, the purpose of the trip was cultural and just to experience it. And it was just a beautiful time. You know, all of the things that I take for granted out here, like I missed hot water. Like I missed, you know what I'm saying? Like just like that's the thing. It's pretty modern. It's not like there's obviously areas that are like super villagey, but where we were staying was pretty modern. So you could go to the corner and get a fucking gallon of milk. You could go to the supermarket and do your groceries. We did groceries almost every day. So it was like the Vibby's there, but I understood both sides of what she was saying. You know what I mean? She was just very like aggressive about it. It was just kind of funny actually. It was like, honestly, you gotta go. Like,
you know what's funny? I kind of took not a step back, but I kind of definitely like on our way when we were in DR and we was on our way to where we were staying. I definitely had a moment where I was like, man, like we're here chilling, but like this country's like you saw it. We was driving through like the campo and it was just like, man, these guys are poor. You know what I mean? Like, and it kind of hit me a little bit. And on that, I never spoke about this with you, but on that drive, I was like, man, like we're coming to this country to have a great time. These guys are like struggling to make a living. And I kind of just brushed it off, whatever. I didn't think too much about it, but that's a interesting way to look at it. Because then it's like, is it like every country has their poor side?
And I was gonna say that. So I don't want this to come off like insensitivity, because that's the last thing I am. But I think you and I specifically, we're self-aware enough and we're empathetic enough with humanity to understand that there are some places in the world that have it worse than us, right? We know this. You see, it's fucked. It's fucked.
You know what it is? Because like Pete, we wouldn't go to. I personally wouldn't go to like Spain or England or I don't know, Portugal, thinking how I was thinking on that car ride to DR. I would think more like that. Like if we went somewhere in Central America, some places in South America, you know?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
No, it makes perfect sense. And that's the thing, though. Some countries have more poverty than others.
Right.
It depends what angle you want to look at this from. Because no matter what happens, that's basically like, how else could we visit these countries without making it seem like that? You know what I mean? I think for us, the purpose of our travels are usually to experience a different culture. And when we're out there, remember in Mexico? All right, here's a story time real quick. We went to Mexico. This was our first trip ever. We went to Mexico, went to Cancun, and it was super crazy out there. Like just the vibe out there, like in the resort was a great time. When you stepped out the resort, it was like a very like, yo, watch your back kind of vibe. Because they try to catch tourists. They try to catch, so to speak, gringos, and they try to catch us slipping. But like we kind of were aware of that just based on what we hear, and just, being raised in New York prepares you for shit like that all the time. So like when we were out there and we went to like the streets, quote unquote, like the strip where all the parties are, but this is like in the streets of Mexico. This isn't like by the resort. This was like a 20-minute drive away from the resort, which I'm sure is probably even safer because there's fucking police everywhere. But like I remember we saw like the mother who was selling the bracelets with her little kid. And we all went and bought a bracelet from them, and like the bracelets were like a fucking 20 cents each, and we all gave them like a $20 bill each. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how else could we experience this culture without making it seem like we're like lavishing in their poverty? You know what I mean? Because in reality, it's like, yo, what do you want me to do? Like I understand, and when I'm here, I show that respect to the culture. I give back when I can. And 99% of the time, we're giving back, because any form of our currency to them is giving back. You understand? We're going there, we're spending our money there. This is a good thing for them. But to go there and to like maybe act like a fucking arrogant prick and think like you're the fucking king of the world just because you got more money, that's a different route. But I think the way we go when we travel is very like humble, on some like, wow, look at this, bro. Like, damn, this is crazy, son. This is like a moment of gratitude right here. You know what I mean? It's like if we see a mother giving out handmade bracelets with her fucking 5-year-old kid, we'll give her a $20 bill when she was asking for 25 cents. You understand what I'm saying? Like that's a Vibby for me. Like I don't see that as like almost like a way of not being grateful. You know what I mean? Or kind of like, you get what I'm saying? Like how else could you travel to one of these places? I do.
You can't. You feel
what I'm saying though?
I think it's impossible. This is the thing for us. We're never gonna go to a poor country on a vacation and necessarily think like how they think. They're always gonna look as someone who's a tourist coming to my country, has a great, like, they're coming to my country where I struggle and I'm poor to have for vacation. Yeah. That's always gonna be, I think, their perspective.
Do you think it's a similar Vibby to the way we feel about people that come from Montana to come visit New York, talking about, wow, I'm in the big city, where it's like, I don't think we get the mentality of like, yo, get the fuck up out of here, you tourist. But I think we have this vague underlying feeling of like you ain't from here, you don't understand the struggle. You just moved to New York City, 34th Street, and paying $4,000 for a studio. You know what I'm saying? You're not from the streets of New York. You don't understand it. You understand what I'm saying? That there's like that vibe in the air too with a lot of people. You know how many people in our culture roast Park Slopians? You know what I'm saying? Because Park Slope people ain't really from Park Slope. You ain't from Brooklyn. You're from fucking, you know what I'm saying? North Dakota, boy, and Kentucky, you came down. And you came over here to live with buku cash from somewhere, and you're paying $4,500 for a studio. You're not from Brooklyn. You don't get it. You know what I mean? So is that similar, would you say? Is that a similar comparison?
Nah, I think there's levels to it, because it's like, I get what you're saying. That like us, right? In New York, we see someone go to Park Slope from Kansas. Like, bro, you don't know what it, like the New York grind. You don't know what that even means, right?
Yeah.
I understand that. I don't think it compares to like going to Colombia and someone's like,
well, yeah, as much.
I am poor. I am poor as shit.
Yeah,
like,
of course. It's obviously, you know,
I don't know. I think it's two different things.
comparisons. One's
like,
exaggerated, one's not. Yeah, I get it. But on a small scale, it's pretty relative.
Like the way we talk about like Park Slopians is very like, y'all don't know shit, right?
Yeah.
That's all it is though. There's nothing more to that.
Yeah.
Where the like going to a poor country is like, yo, I can't eat sometimes. I'm struggling to eat, and you guys are here just on a vacation.
Yeah.
Type shit. I think that's where their perspective comes. It's always gonna be like that. I think for people who live in those poor countries.
It's crazy, and that's what I prefaced this conversation with was like, yo, I'm not trying to sound like a dick, but what option do we have? No matter where we go, it's gonna give that vibe off. I think even going to another country and tipping generously is gonna still give that vibe off. I'm telling you, I can feel it. I can see how there are some people that are so. And I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. That's a really negative way to look at it. That's a really negative way to. If you're the type of person who, you know, you're manifesting your struggle into anger, and like when someone tries to help you, you get very angry. I don't fucking need your help. Fuck you. I could do this on my own. Honestly, if it's coming from a genuine place and I'm genuinely trying to help you and that's your response, I think you're an idiot. You know what I mean? And I think you're an idiot and you have a lot of soul searching to do, and you need to realize there are some people in this world that are literally here wanting to help you because it's fulfilling to them. So if I go, let's say I go somewhere out of the country, right? And like wherever in a country that's plagued with poverty, and like I want to help somebody and they don't take it, they're not receptive to it, which a lot of countries they've told us, like a lot of the tour guides and like people we've met that are like locals there, but they're successful locals, they'll tell us like, yo, just be careful with who you're tipping, just make sure you don't, you know, try to be over generous because they may take it as a sign of disrespect and things like that. Like I get all that, but boy, have some hope in humanity that people are here trying to help if they can on some general shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't if you tip somebody out here, if you tip somebody in New York, nobody's gonna be out here on some I don't fucking need your help. 90% of the time people gonna be grateful for it, bro, which is dope. You know what I mean? Like that's how it should be. But there's another side to it, right? I guess there's another side to it where I don't want no fucking handouts. Fuck out of here. I guess. You know what I mean? Like it goes both ways, man. It goes both ways. I understand both sides, but I truly feel that there's literally good in the world. So if you,
do you think so much about like that when you do tip in a poor country?
I mean, it's happened to us, bro. It's happened to us where I've tipped. I don't remember where, but I know for a fact it's how. I think it was in Barcelona where I tipped. Not tipped. I think it was like a sign of disrespect. And culturally, that was a thing out there. I don't know if it was Barcelona. I forgot. But I know it's a sign of disrespect when you tip. Because it shows like, well, you're giving me extra money for what? What are you doing here? You know what I'm saying? And I think that's absurd. You know, that doesn't make sense, but that's their culture. So I guess it makes sense to them, but it doesn't have to make sense to me. Right? I don't know. I just feel like in order to kind of eliminate that feeling of like, you know, having locals think that you might think that you're better than them, is to just be humble. You know what I'm saying? Lower your nose and just lower your head and be humble type shit. Like on some real like calm shit. Be calm about it. Don't be out there, you know, flashing jewelry thinking you're the fucking man of the show, you know, when you're coming to a country with poverty, coming from New York City or from America. You know what I mean? Like you're not doing nothing by that. You're just rubbing it in people's faces. Like be humble with it, calm shit, and give back if you can. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think maybe we underestimate how many people go to other countries and do that. Maybe that's what it is.
That has to be it. That has to
you
be
know
it.
what it is? Because like you said, me and you go, we fucking normal people, you know what I mean? And
wait, slippers, a white t-shirt, and basketball shorts.
Yeah.
And we're going to do.
That's what it has to be.
It's literally when we go, we literally purposely, we don't bring any jewelry, we don't bring anything flashy, we don't bring any fancy sneakers. We literally bring slippers, a pair of shoes, a t-shirt, and fucking jeans, boy, and just go there and pretend that we're part of the locals. People know right away. Just a vibe. Everything we give off is different. So they know, but you're right. It's a good point. I guarantee you there's definitely people who go out there and like rent the mansions and fucking, you know, the villas and get the fucking
just flexing, you know?
Yeah, flexing. And I think that I guess that, you know, when you're in a country, and I'm sure if you see that all the time, then I'm sure it probably gets frustrating. You probably generalize the whole group. Which is tough,
Makes
man.
sense.
It's tough.
That's probably
it's
it.
tough.
That's probably
because
it.
It's tough. It's tough. It's definitely tough.
It's interesting. It's interesting, right? How we really come off as almost like assholes for doing shit like that, for doing a nice gesture. It's a gesture because of what our reputation is, I guess, from fucking the other 1,000 people that go.
Yeah. You mentioned DR, and when we went to the Dominican Republic, I'm not gonna lie, it was a little fishy out there, man. Like, all my Dominican friends that I know, they told me before I was going, like, yo, Sim, just be a little careful out there because they'll try to catch you slipping. So me and Henry, we just tried to make sure that we were, like, always kind of, like, with each other and make sure we're not doing nothing dolly. And if we are, we kind of let each other know where we're at type shit. But it was a little shady, man. It was a little shady. And the way it happened was, like, yo, son, think about the resort that we were in was, like, in the middle of the Campo. And the Campo is basically like the community. It's basically like the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? And they just got like a plop of fucking resort. Like just the middle. And in the resort, it's like a fucking double-sided door. So like one entrance is from the fucking entrance to the resort. The other entrance is from the entrance from the Campo. So it's literally like two fucking sides of people coming together in this resort. And I guess they open the clubs inside the resort to the community, so people will come in. I guess they pay an admissions fee or something and they come in. So I remember one night I remember one night we go into the club and mind you, this was years ago, so me and Henry were really on our stupid like fucking get me 6 bottles and fucking mad women everywhere, you know what I mean? Like we were on our stupid shit, just having a good time. So it was like I remember we would get like fucking 6 bottles and like it was like fucking $30, you know what I mean? Like, so we're just living like king. Look at us, boy. I'm over here talking about we went as humble individuals and we were modest and we're the assholes, boy. Oh my
it's
God, different in the
boy.
resort. It's different in the resort, man.
Shit.
The resort is way different than being out on the streets. Being out on the streets, you're living with the locals. Being in the resort, you're dealing with mostly tourists. And it's always funny being from New York around tourists that are from like Nebraska. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I'm from New York. It was good. You good? Everything good? Yeah, I'm from Brooklyn. Yeah, I'm from Brooklyn, man.
It never fails. You say you're from New York, and it's like,
oh my God.
Okay, wow, New York.
Okay. You know what I mean? Like,
I always think that's funny.
Yeah, okay.
I run with it. I have fun with that.
You see that? You remember the meme where it's like that kid who's like on the computer chair and his like veins are popping out. He's fiending to say something, and it's like when you haven't told somebody you're from New York in the last 6 minutes, boy. Like on some stupid shit.
Yeah.
But in DR, so we got bottles and shit, and we're like partying crazy. Me and Henry are like twisted. We've been drinking the whole night. The vibe is great. The fucking weather's amazing. We're chilling, and like people from like the Campo come in. Mind you, it's like a group of like 25 dudes. They come in, and you know they're from the Campo because they come in with jeans, a t-shirt, and slippers. Like, but to the club, you know what I mean? So the swag was very like DR, Dominican dude kind of swag, you know? So it's like they come in, and me and Henry are probably like the only 2 people there that don't fit in. Like, we just don't fit in. The whole club scene was like, it seemed like there was the whole community and then us. So me and Henry are kind of just there vibing, rocking out, dancing, like chilling to the music, like just chilling. You know, we got cigars. Like, it was just a Vivi. But it's like the whole time the people are all around us, and you could tell there's like people are looking and they're staring at you like, who the fuck are these guys, man? Like, get these 2 idiots out of here, man, before we rob them and stab them, you know? But the whole time, me and Henry are twisted, so we're not even thinking about it. We just kind of rocking out. But like, you still not twisted enough where you don't see your surroundings, you know? And like, it was just that energy was there. And I remember like that same night, I remember stopping myself from drinking because I realized like there's way too many people here that are not tourists, and I gotta chill out. Cause fuck around, boy, I'm not gonna get too bent, and then I end up getting fucking robbed, and my whole room gets cleaned out. You know what I mean? Like, I'm good. So I remember having to kind of just like slow down on the sipping, just so I could be coherent and make sure I know what's going on around me. Henry had the green light though. My man was on 1,000, boy, and I'm over here like grabbing him by his ankle, boy. Like, yo, let's go, boy. It's time to go, boy. You know what I mean? Like. Oh,
you know what's funny? Because I definitely noticed like shit just feels weird right now, but I didn't care. Yeah, I didn't care. I didn't think so much of it. Like, you know what? I'm on the fucking resort. Like, what are they really gonna do?
You know how I am though. I'm like that in New York, boy. I'm like that in Brooklyn. You know what I mean? If we go out in Brooklyn, I have a very like All right, man. Let me just yo. Why is there a human behind me right now? I don't feel comfortable right now.
Man.
Like, it's just what it is, bro. But that's Brooklyn shit that raised us to make us feel that way, man. And I'll take it. I'll take it forever. I'll take it forever. You can never be too savvy with the streets. You know what I'm saying? And that was the thing. Like, being out there is like off the rip. You kind of feel their vibe. They were all looking at us from like a mile away. One dude has like a binocular staring at us and shit. Like, yo, boy, what are you doing, fam? Like, what the fuck are you doing,
you just
boy?
know. You just know. Like, we are not. We don't fit in right now.
Yeah, we don't fit in.
Like,
I'm
we
telling
just
you,
don't.
boy. No. I'm thinking about it, and it's really like. It's comedy to think of because we were like the only crew, and we had a couple of friends with us that we also met like outside on another trip. Oh no, we met them in DR. We all were chilling at the same table.
Them at the resort.
Yeah, we were chilling at the same table together. But it's like you got Henry, you got me, so you got a Spanish dude, you got an Arab dude / fucking Asian dude, you got a black guy, you got a white boy, you got an Arab girl. Like, you had every culture sitting at this table with every fucking bottle to think of and like 8 different cigars, boy. Like, what are y'all really doing here? You know what I mean?
God,
Mind you, the
funny.
whole club though is just Dominicans, like around us in a whole fucking circle. And then there's that one table in the corner, boy, of like fucking, hey yo, what's up? Party in the USA. You know what I mean? Like, you feel me, son? Like, it was just different, boy. It was just different, son. Different vibes, man. But you gotta watch out for that shit, man. You gotta watch out for your.
I only felt like I had to really watch my back was when we went to Barcelona. Only because all I kept hearing was
pickpocketers.
They love pickpocketing out there. That's all I kept hearing, dude. We would walk late the whole country, and I went to like a club to use the bathroom, and I asked the dude, and he's like, "Yeah, absolutely. Like, it happens all the time here." He's like, "So just make sure your shit's not in your back pocket."
And
then also one time we was watching a soccer game. I left my phone charging like maybe like a couple feet away from me. And the dude came, the waiter came, took the shit off and gave it to me. And he's like, "Yo, they're gonna steal this shit. Like, don't leave it out there like that."
Really?
Like, right,
I don't even remember that.
Yeah.
Wow, that's sick.
Dude. It was
sick. The first night.
That not the air. What? It's not called an air. Oh, a hostel. That hostel.
The first night we went there.
Yeah. I charged my phone on something. Like, I'm gonna leave it there. I see it from here. He was like, "Nah, dude." He's like, "Don't do that." I was like, "Damn!" And that was the first night, so that set the tone for the rest of the trip.
That was the first night, yeah. I remember that.
So it was like, all right,
McDonald's
they really do
after that,
pickpocket
right?
shit out here.
We went to McDonald's after, I think.
I dead don't remember.
Yeah, we went to McDonald's and we got like a fucking burger each and we got like an ice cream each and was just walking around waiting for the night to start.
That's right, because it was late.
Yeah, it was late.
Yeah,
no, it was early.
OD.
It was early and we were waiting to see where we were gonna go next type shit. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's what it was, or vice versa. I don't know. One of those.
Yeah. Because we followed all of them.
We followed the crew to nothing. You know what I mean? To nothing. There was like nothing there. We followed like a group of strangers in Barcelona. So we literally didn't know where to go the first night because there was like a big soccer game on. So the whole city was focused on soccer. Nobody was thinking about partying.
Yeah.
So like everybody was just soccer. So after the soccer party, they're like, "Yo, we're going to this party," and that's when we were playing fucking, what were we playing? Was it beer pong? No, we were playing foosball. The foosball shit. Yeah. Remember that shit? Yeah, we were playing foosball
with
tournament.
The Germans.
And the German girls, exactly. And after that, we literally followed a group of people to fucking to another country, boy. We just walked with them, boy, for like 20, 30 minutes.
We walked for a minute,
walking.
bro.
Oh my God,
like, where are we going? We was like, dude, I have no idea.
That's the night that we walked with the three females, and then we ran into those 2 German dudes.
Yeah,
and one of them was like an OG drug dealer. Like, he's like, "Hey, what do you guys need? You guys
talking
need?"
about everything. He's talking about everything.
He was like one of, in the shows when they open up the trench coat and he got like everything in it type shit. He was like one of
those. I got options.
You know what I'm
like,
saying?
What do you need? I got it.
You need this? Okay, I got it. What flavor you want? Okay, let me just go to my car. Like, yo, boy, breathe, fam. Like, we want a blunt. Like, just chill out, boy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
boy.
Funny shit. Funny.
Oh man.
Funny shit. Boy, we walked for like
funny.
3 hours.
I can't wait, bro. I can't wait to.
We definitely walked for mad long. That's
to travel
comedy.
again, man.
Yeah. No, 100%. 100%. We're gonna.
I think I want to go to like. I think I want to go to like fucking like Switzerland, some random shit.
You've been wanting to go to Switzerland forever, man.
Switzerland and like Sweden, Portugal, just like, and just be there, type shit. I'm gonna do that solo trip, but I don't know. It's fucking COVID and everything.
We still gotta do Africa, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you.
That too,
we gotta go to Africa, man. I think that's my next trip I'll go to.
It's slow, bro, for this year. Absolutely this year, and we'll see next year.
2022, I think we could do it.
2020, yeah, hopefully.
I think 2021 it's gonna be. I don't want to do like a month trip. Like, I think this year is like something like 10 days kind of thing. But I started
was good.
I started work today with new students, and I started my last semester in college.
Congrats.
And it was probably the worst day I've had in a really long time.
That's amazing. Yo, you know what I noticed him? You know what I noticed? I did notice. How can I say this without being like fucked up? Like I don't laugh at anyone's like pain or misery or like going through shit, but there's something with you, bro. I think it's because I know you're gonna get through it, and you know that too. But watching you in the process, it for some reason it makes me laugh a lot. Like you see, he sent the video in the group chat of him like in his college lecture. This guy was talking, like I could tell he was talking for 3 hours straight, and Samir is just like going through it, and he's doing funny shit on the camera. But I was dying laughing, boy. I'm like, yo, like this guy goes through it.
It's like
boy.
this. It's like this. Go fuck yourself. You understand? It's very simple. No, you're laughing. It's very simple. Go fuck yourself. You understand?
Oh, man. I don't know why, boy.
Henry has watched me hate school for the last 4 years. And me and Henry weren't as close when he was in college. So I didn't really experience his hatred for it. I just know he hated it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he's experiencing my hatred for college. And it's crazy, man, because I hate stigmatizing it. But, like, education is great. I love learning. But it's just the shit that I'm learning I don't give a fuck to learn. So he's experienced...
The guy was yapping. On that lecture.
He's experienced my undergrad, and undergrad was a bitch. My master's degree, I feel like I flew through it. But here we are again. The whole bullshit.
This is the last dance? This is the last dance?
The last dance, baby. One class. I might go back
you
to
good,
school,
bro.
to be honest,
You good.
I literally might go back to school, which is crazy, but we'll see. Part of me wants to like get like a doctor in front of my name. You know what I mean? Like,
whatever.
Cool shit,
whatever.
Some cool shit.
I think it's dope, bro. But
Nah, but it might not
whatever.
be worth it no more, bro. I think now it's just about pride for me. It's not even about like credentials. I wouldn't even use it. That's the crazy part. You know what I mean? It's not like I would use it. Like I don't want to have a 9 to 5. So any job that I get is gonna offer me a 9 to 5, and I just don't want that. I think that's what it's come down to. But yeah, today was rough. I have a co-teacher that literally is a noodle bob, boy. He's very like, okay, hold on. So my issue isn't the job, isn't college, isn't all that. It's the bullshit that goes behind it. It's the bullshit that people put up a front to do it. So
it's all the fugazi.
It's just fucking fake, boy. It's just so fake. And I hate that. Like the way I run my classroom is very authentic and very me. Like the same way I chop it up on this podcast, I'm gonna dumb it down a bit. I'm not gonna curse. I'm not gonna talk about fucking, crazy travel experiences. I'm not gonna talk about, obviously you guys know what I would and wouldn't talk about with my students. But 90% of the time my classroom vibe is like this. Like I'm talking to them like I'm speaking to my people. 90% of the teachers, okay, guys, and today we're going to be, and just don't, we have a deadline by 3 p.m. tomorrow. Like, yo, chill, son. Because then once you get out that class, you all of a sudden are a different person again. Oh, yeah, Fatala, like, I don't know, bro, I'm just tired of this shit. Then shut up. Then be yourself. Shut up. Like, why are you putting up this front?
I can't. There's no way,
why are you
bro.
doing that?
No
and
way.
I've talked to some of them, like, yo, why do you? And they're like, well, you have to play the game. The assistant principals are watching. And I'm like, oh, my God. Shut up again. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just keeps going deeper and deeper at how fake this whole shit is. And when I say fake, I don't mean like not real, because at the end of the day, the students are going to learn. That's our overall goal. But I think when you facilitate learning in a genuine, authentic way, the kids are going to want to learn. They could detect the bullshit from a mile away, boy.
Of course.
From a mile away, they could detect the bullshit, son.
The politics fucks it up. The politics makes it, it drains you, boy.
It does, bro. And it drains the shit out of me because I have to work with these people.
Yeah.
So, and it's crazy because what's crazy? Like, some of them know I have this podcast. And if they're listening to this, yo, you guys, I've said this to you in person. Like, yeah, I've said this to you in person. It's legit.
Yeah.
I don't like the bullshit in way the system is, you know what I mean? Everybody wants to impress another person and make sure that they look good in front of this person, and then the bosses want to look good in front of their bosses, and then those bosses want to look good in their bosses.
You ever think it's because I know like this ain't it, right? Like this ain't all I got. Like at the end of the day, this ain't it. Where for them, it's probably like, yo, this is it. Like, this is all I have. So it's on some,
so
you
definitely rephrase that, because people are going to look at that like on some, like, they're not good enough to have more. I think what Henry means is more so like, they're complacent and they're okay with this lifestyle. They're like, a few episodes back we spoke about being trapped in the cycle of work for 45 years for a company that you don't give a fuck about, retire and regret it on your deathbed and then die. There's a cycle that happens. That's a cycle.
Yeah.
People work for a company for X amount of years. They put in all the years because they need the money. They need the security because that's what they were raised on, which makes sense. When you're raised from immigrant parents, 90% of Americans, let's call it, whatever the percentage is, raised from immigrant parents, 90 is a reach. I don't think it's anywhere near 90. But you have this mentality of secure your money, save it, and be careful because you're going to need it on a rainy day. You know what I'm saying? For me, the rainy day is like, yo, boy, just jump in the rain, boy. Like, jump in the rain, son. Like it's going to be all right, I promise. And it's not an arrogant way to put it either because I've been from the struggle, but it's just more so like we're trained in this system to constantly worry about the future. And for them, I think they're so concerned with that future that they don't realize it's coming. It's here and you're fine. Like every day that you're thinking about it, it's here. Like you're living the future in a way, you know what I mean? Like you're out here. You're living in the present moment, which is preparing for your future in and of itself. You don't got to constantly be thinking about what's going to happen when I'm 65. Boy, you're 40. Like, can you think about what's going to happen in 65 days rather than 65, like when you're 65 years old? Like, can you think about what's going to happen in 6 days?
Boy.
You feel me? Like, exactly. We could take it to a T like that. But to help someone contextualize who's not used to this kind of conversation, it's really like, damn, son, you're not going to understand that. So when I say the things I do sometimes, they always give me responses and like, like little break rooms and shit. They'll always talk like, yeah, Fatali, you're mad young. That's why you said you don't got kids. You don't got a husband and wife. I said, look, I didn't tell you to go get married. I didn't tell you to go do all that. What were you doing at 26? What were you doing at 26? Oh, what'd you do? Oh, that's right. You literally started a family at 27, 28. More power to you, bro. I'm not knocking it, but don't sit here and tell me you're 34 years old talking about, nah, bro, you don't have kids yet. Bro, you're 34, not 94. Like, what are you talking about?
Right.
You hate the job. You say you hate the job every single day, but you come in every single day and you do it for the last 8 years. So where is it? What's happening here? Am I missing something? Nah, bro, you don't get it, man. I have a family to provide for. Yes, you do. I'm not saying you don't. Line it up, boy. In 3 years, I'm leaving. Yeah. In 2 years, I'm leaving. You can set yourself up like that. You can. Is that wrong to say?
You know what it is, man.
Is that wrong to say?
No, not at all.
Because people are going to say, well, you don't know their financial position. No, I kind of do because I have some friends at the job that I'm really open with and we share everything. And I know a guy specifically, not at where I teach. And like he has a wife and he has a kid and he gets paid decent money, right? Teaches shit. Fucking bullshit. It's crazy that I call teacher salary bullshit because growing up, I always heard teachers say it's bullshit salary. And now here I am and I'm like, yeah, it's really bullshit salary. What's it called? And like he's always like saying he hates the job, but he's out here planning for his fucking pension in the job. So I'm like, I would always tell him, like, yo, bro, like, every time we speak about the job, you tend to mention your pension and that shit ain't coming for another 17 years. So why are you even talking about it? Like you're going to be here for another 17 years? He's like, come on, Sam, man, don't make me think about it, bro. And I'm like, damn,
yo, I think that's what it is, bro. I think a lot of it too, bro. People don't want to think about it because they scared with that reality a little bit. You just mentioned like, yo, we're going to wait 17 years. And it's like in the back of my head, I know I'm going to like, damn, that's a long time. But I don't want to talk about it or think about it because I know it's a wild decision. I know I'm fucking bugging planning for 17 years, but it's just what the cards I'm dealt with. Like that's what the approach is, I feel. So when you mention it and he's like, damn, Sim, you gonna make me think about it? It's because all he's doing is trying to make sure he avoids thinking about the way you think at it, the way you look at it. You know what I'm saying? Because if he looks at it the way you do, he might fuck around and quit in 3 years. You know what I'm saying? But that pension and the security, like you said, is what keeps him. You know what? Fuck it. Like, yeah, in 3 years I could probably quit, but I need this. I need this security. So I'm just not gonna think about it. I'm just gonna 17 years. Like, that's crazy.
It's a lot.
It's very crazy.
It's a lot, bro. It's a lot. G-shit, it's a lot. When I really think about it, it's a lot. And I know we spoke about this multiple times before. So I hope this isn't redundant for people listening. But the reality is this is something we all face and deal with every single day. I think our generation in specific, we have been ingrained to think that we need to get a job as soon as we're done with high school and college and secure that job and fucking stay in that job for the majority of our life. And there's some people who are okay with that. Right, I think we got to emphasize that too. There's some people who are literally happy with that life. Yeah. But at any point, if you're unhappy, make that leap and go change it. You know what I mean? It's not on some security. It's not about the pension. Fuck all that shit. Because guess what? You could be planning your whole entire life and then boom, you get killed. Or you die in a car accident or some crazy shit happens. And your pension has like fucking $486 in it that can barely cover the fee to tell your family that you died. You know what I'm saying? Like it's really, it's a shit show. It's a shit show. Really, it's a shit show.
It is.
I'm not saying don't like save some bread because, you know, you always want to have some liquid cash. I get that. But to tell me that I gotta invest in a let's call it a 401k for 401k years, it's like, you know what I mean? I'm good, bro. Like I'm gonna have call it a milli, call it even if I have $1 million at the end of this whole shit, and I'm 69 years old.
You got what, 2 hours, boy?
I'm 60. Yeah, boy. I'm 69 years old with 69 days to live. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not it, Chief. It's just not it. It's just not it. And actually, speaking about this, and this always comes up, something weird's been happening to me for the last like week and a half, 2 weeks. Yo, are we old? Excuse me.
This is all perspective.
No,
if you ask me, am I old? I'm not bullshitting you. It's funny. I had this conversation with someone. Like you could tell she's a little pressed by the age thing. You know, she's getting older. I'm like, yeah, we are getting older. She's our age.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm like, we're getting older. We're almost 30. Like now, you're either gonna let it consume you and get scared and
fucking break this.
And then again, everyone's goals are different and shit. So that all depends on that too. Because why are you pressed? Why are you pressed about your age? Because you want a family? Because you want kids? Like what is it?
No. That's the thing. It's not about pressed. It's just like it's a crazy realization. And for me, I think very differently. You have to like be in my mind to understand my brain processes. Yeah. And like the way I see it is like, yo, the older you get, the closer you are to the end.
Death.
And yeah. And I think something in my life that I've accepted but not really is death. Like I've accepted death. Like I know it's a real thing for others. But for myself, it's weird almost. It's like, oh, I don't want to ever die. Like I want to live forever type shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's a God bless.
Real quick, let me cut you off. Like that like what you just said, right? Like I don't want to die, I want to live forever. Like that sentence, I think people need that will never happen. You know what I'm saying? It will never yo, I promise, like it'll never happen. You know what I mean? So with that being said, like eliminate that thought because now you're gonna consume your brain with this thought that will never. It's not real. You know what I'm saying?
No, I know. I don't think
because I know where you're going with it. Go ahead.
Yeah, like I get it, bro. Like obviously I get the shit, but I think it was like I was having a conversation with somebody and like it was funny because like I'm everywhere I've been like in my work career, like I've been always considered the youngest dude in the crew, like always. Yeah. So I was in the DOE at 19. You know, I was always like, yo, that's the youngest dude in the building type shit, and that shit is it's a little bit of a swaggy feeling when you're out here doing things at a young age. But now it's like when I share my age, it's like, yeah, I'm 26. Oh, okay, you're 26. And I remember one dude I met at the valet lot. I was like, I'm 26. He's like, yeah, man, you getting up there, kid. Like he was like 30 something, and I was like, like we were talking about some shit, and he was like, how old are you? I was like, I'm 26. He's like, yeah, you're not that young, but you're there, you know, like you're not that young though. And he said it, and I'm like, yo, boy, you got a problem, son? Like, what are you trying to do right now, bro? Like, I'm fucking young, boy. Fuck out of here.
At work, at my job, it's a lot of like younger 20, like young 20s, like 21, 22,
at the valet too, bro, 21, 22. So I'm like, yo, y'all babies.
Yeah. So I'm the 26-year-old, and that's funny because I definitely, when I talk, I'm like, how old are you? And they tell me 22. I'm like, yo, you're a fucking baby. I was like, yo, do everything that you're scared to do right now. Like, you know, I'll be just saying shit like that. Yeah. But I do realize like, yo, I'm the guy speaking to the young 20s. Exactly. Now. You know, like that's me.
Exactly.
That's me now. And I guess you could like look at it like, fuck, I'm getting old, or like it's just what it is, right? Like we're 26, we're older, and it's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't really know how else. What am I gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Like I can't. No. I get pressed
it.
about.
I literally get what you're saying. And for me, like it was just like it's like a very like I'm getting older, right? We know this. We know we're getting older. We you know this is you see it on Instagram. I mean, you're not on the gram anymore, but it's always floating around this picture of like a dude standing behind a door. and like a kid with like a person with a bottle of alcohol thinking they're 21, and then it's like behind the door is like the person, and the person's 30. So it's like just kind of letting people know like, hey, it's right around the corner, like you're turning 30 soon, type shit, you know, like stupid shit. And I be seeing it a lot because the majority of my social circle are people my age, and like it's like I laugh because it's like, yo, this is real, and I know people. Some close friends of mine, like, you know, Dre, he's 34, like, you know what I mean? That's fam. And he's 34, 35 years old. And bro, he started chilling with me when he was 24.
Yeah.
And when I look back on it, I'm like, yo, boy, you was 24 when we started chilling, bro? I was fucking like 2. Like, what's going on right now? Because I've always looked at him as way older than me. And now when me and him chop it up, he's 30-something and I'm 26. I'm like, yo, boy, like, we might as well be the same age. Boy, what's going on right now? Yeah, and he always laughs. He's like, nah, boy, trust me. He's like, trust me, it's different tiers to this shit. He's like, you're getting to that tier, but 34 is a different tier. He's like, you still in that like middle baby tier. He's like, you don't get it yet. Trust me, you're gonna get it though at 34. I'm like, shut up, man. You always chatting, boy. He's like 36. Nah, he's 36, boy. I'm like, that's crazy, bro. What you doing being 36, boy? Relax, boy. Relax. Can you not get so old? Like, what are you doing right now? You know, like. You know
what's funny? You know what made me, another thing that made me realize that, like, yo, like, dudes is getting old. I said it before, I'm really close with my cousins, and my entire life, like growing up, I've been like super close with them. So it's always been like, yo, Henry, David, and Kevin are always the younger cats. Like they can't hang out with us because they're not even 18 or they're not 21, and all my older cousins are like 26, 27, doing grown shit. And we was at like we chilled at my cousin's crib the other day, and I'm just looking around. I'm like, yo, the youngest dude here is 24. Like he's a grown ass man. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a grown ass man. My younger brother is the youngest kid in the family forever. He's 22 or some
David's
shit.
David's not 22, boy.
David's 23.
Wait, and it's like, yo, hold on. David's 23. He's not like 25, 24.
No, he's 23. He's 23.
Damn, David's a baby, bro.
Yeah. So Peep, he's always been the baby. We've always known David to be the youngest, but now we got like fucking 6 other real little cousins that were us, you know what I'm saying? They're like 12, 10, 15. I'm like they are us, and I'm my older cousins now. You know what I'm saying? And it's like
I got you. We're gonna chop it up. We're gonna chop it up. We're going into it's gonna be one of those long episodes, but we calm shit. That's another thing that hit me hard recently. So I was talking to Dre. We were talking about like the youth. And like me and Dre were into J's. We love Jordans. So like, and lately we've been copping Jordans again. So like we were laughing one night. We was chopping it up and we was just dying laughing. He's like, yo, Sim, like what you think, bro? He's like, at what age we gotta chill out with this shit? He's like, yo, son, I'm getting to that age, boy, where I gotta start wearing loafers and like a fucking fedora, you know what I mean, with a feather on the side. He's like, I can't. He's like, what I look like pulling up in some bread ones, you know, like it's just you can't do it. I'm like, yo, boy, stop that. We gonna be them 50-year-olds, boy, with fucking, you know what I'm saying, Chicago ones on. Like, don't do this to me right now. And we started dying laughing. So then we started thinking about like, you know, just the youth, and me and him, yo, we used to play ball every other day. We used to go to Gravesend Park and we used to run full courts, boy, with mad people in Gravesend, like just full courts the whole day, bro. And it's like, if I think about that now, it's like, youngins, I'm gonna go play basketball for 10 minutes and I'm going home. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way. Like, I just don't feel it, boy. Like, I just don't feel it.
You're not lying.
So,
you're
like,
not lying.
thinking about like cats playing basketball, you know, that's something we could do right now, but the Vibi ain't gonna be the same. We're not about to be like, if I go play basketball this Saturday, 9 times out of 10, the next time I'm play basketball is when I get married at like 47 years old. Like, it's just not gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like, it's a once in a every 6-month thing, if that. Because summer's every, you know what I mean? Like, type shit. So it's just, it's a scary thought. And we were thinking about the youth and like, you know, I work with high school students, so I see them, they're mad energetic. Like, I'm like, oh, what'd you guys do this weekend? They're like, oh, I was outside with my boys, we were playing manhunt, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, damn, son, like, y'all was playing manhunt, boy? Like, where y'all was hiding the cars and shit? Like, what's the Vivi, though? Like, y'all was chilling? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
y'all was
playing
Vivi?
Like,
that's dope.
Y'all was playing manhunt, bro? Good times, man. Can I pull up? I could pull up with the crew. Like, we run a game and shit. Like, I got my crew versus your crew. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it was just funny, like, man. That's what I thought of. Like, fuck, these cats is out here playing manhunt. That's youth right there, boy. That's youth. And that right there, we ain't never getting back. And I think for that moment, it was like a moment of like, fuck, son, I don't like this. Like, I don't like this shit. Like, fuck this, boy. I'm going to play Manhunt tonight. Fuck around, get a fucking NYPD roll up on me with guns pointing at me, talking about get down on the ground. You know what I'm saying? I'm over here hiding in the tree talking about, you can't catch me, boy. Whole time it's the cops trying to catch me, boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, you can't play Manhunt right now, boy. I'm too big for this, boy. Like,
son, I don't want to go too long, but like, it's right now we're 26. It's easy to say, like, at least for me, like, when I was in my young 20s, man, I've heard older cats tell me, like, you know, have fun and all this shit, but it doesn't hit you the way it hits you afterwards, right? Like, in the moment, you're 21, 22, 23, yeah, I'm gonna get fucking drunk tonight, right? And that's all, like, you're thinking about, like, just having a good time, but you're not thinking, like, I'm not gonna be doing this
again,
right? Like this is a once in a lifetime, right? Like type of energy.
Think about it for a second. Think about it. Think about when we were 22 in our prime of partying. Like 21 to 24. Nah, not 24. 21 to like 23, 24 was like the years that we went stupid fucking ham with partying, drinking, you know, just women and just like fucking
the whole shit.
Just giving no fucks. Yeah. And there was not a single night that went by that I thought, enjoy this moment while it's here because you're not going to have it again.
Right.
It was literally just living in the moment, which is dope. It's great. But I think I wish that I did look at it a little differently just because I think I might have valued that time where I'm throwing up in front of a Chase Bank, walking, stumbling down the block. You know what I'm saying? I might have valued that time a little more than I do now. Now it's like, if I'm going to Chase Bank, it's to take out money. I'm not calling a cab from there while I'm drunk as fuck. It's just I'm taking out money.
You know what's funny that makes me
like,
think about things about like the whole topic was my parents. They look at me and my brother and they're like, yo, you fucking guys are old now. Like, and they say like they enjoyed, they did I've been blessed, like they did a lot with us as kids, you know, like take us to the park type shit. And my mom would say like she loved taking us to the park, and she's like how it's now she like that we're older, she's like I wish like I enjoyed that more, you know, like just lived in that more, because now you guys are older, we're not going to the park, but kind of the same concept of you saying,
I get it,
it's the same shit. So
100%,
yeah, man, that's life. I think all you
all
could
the time, bro.
Go ahead. Yeah, all you could do now, bro, is like not right. We're older and shit. We obviously can't rewind time, but like now that we're 26, you know, we're gonna be 27 this year. Fucking, I'm gonna be 27. Peep game, I'm gonna be 27 in 2 months, right?
That's kind of wild.
Like, OD. All you could do is like really be like, yo, I gotta just appreciate this time. Like that's all you could do. You know what I'm saying? What else are you gonna do? Like bitch about it?
Facts.
Like be sad about it? You know?
Facts.
It's all perspective. I
had to
promise,
chin check. I'm telling you, I had to
not-
chin check myself, bro. I had to chin check myself because I was definitely catching myself on some like you fucking play a sad song in the background, boy. Mr. Krabs with his world's smallest violin, boy. Like as time goes on, you get older. Like you know what I mean? Like I'm fucking over here thinking about this shit. Like damn, son, I'm really getting old out here. Whole time it's like people who are in their mid 30s, 40s looking at us like, yo, you're dumb as fuck, you're young as fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course,
I'm like, listen, ancient, listen, artifact, ancient artifact. Stay over there, boy. You know what I mean? You fucking like get out of here with that, you know? But the reality is, it really is just like it changes the perspective for me. And it's a blessing in disguise, man, because it's pushed me these last couple weeks. Like I said, you know, the new semester with the students, and then like my last class in this college shit. Like it's made me think a lot about that, and it's like it's all good because the path that I'm going down is a path that I know, like I'm gonna start doing things that are unconventional, and I'm gonna start doing things to chase that dream that I have of being free.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Free from these chains, free from all this bullshit.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I think
that's the end goal, man.
I think that for me is like that's where I find the peace in all this. That's like the silver lining for all this conversation.
Like they see this type of time that you know we're on and that we speak about. Let me think about it. I was gonna say like I wish I had this mindset and all this knowledge at 22, 23, but you know those moments where you just fucking living young, quote unquote, right, young, wild, and free. Those are the fucking fun times. Like I don't really want to change that. You know what I'm saying?
So I wouldn't change it for a thing in the world.
Yeah, me neither.
I wouldn't change
anything. I wouldn't change anything.
I would not change it for a thing in the world, boy. You know what's crazy though? Sometimes I think of, and we'll close out on this because we're getting a little long, and people probably think like, "Yo, hurry up with this episode, son. I'm trying to like fuck."
Yeah.
I hear people, older people, 50s, 40s, because I work with a lot of older people, and they always telling me like, "Don't rush. Don't think you gotta mature too fast." Now, that don't mean I should fucking go play manhunt with my boys at 27 years old in the back of people's backyards. Don't mean that, because that's obviously not what they mean. But, like, you see how, like, we're very rigid on our life and our scheduling and our fucking, like, routine and, like, our grind. It's very, like, nah, we got to get boom, boom, boom. Got to get this shot, get it done. It's like, yo, breathe a minute. You could go play manhunt if you want, boy. Like, don't get caught. But, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could go to the park, play some ball, and act like you fucking 12 again, you know? Like, shit like that. And I get them, and they're probably right. Because they're obviously much more wiser than us because they have so many years over us. And they're probably looking at their 30s on some like, damn, some of my 30s were great. I wish I would have slowed down a little bit. You know, like I wish I wasn't so serious about my life, my job, and things like that. We're saying this at 26. So maybe we are wild. Maybe we should down a bottle of Jack Daniels and fucking go throw up in front of a bank while walking home. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe that's the vibe. What you think? Nah?
I don't miss that. I don't miss that.
Wait.
Boy. No, D, boy.
Boy, there have been countless throw up times, and they would never ever get enjoyable, ever.
That drunk,
nobody's ever.
That belligerent drunk throw up is. It's just stupid, son. It's like I hate being in that moment because you be trying to fake sober up. Like I'm getting like bro. There's nothing you could do now. Like you're in the sunken place now, boy. With that being said, this Saturday, we're buying a bottle of Jack. We're gonna enjoy our old 20s. We're gonna cheers to being
We're
old
not
as
mid,
fuck.
right? We're mid 20s now.
We're mid 20s. I want to say like late 20s is like 27, 28, 29.
Yeah, we're mid 20 right now. I was over here about to call you mad old just because you got a couple months over me.
I'm 27 in 2 months. Facts.
It's crazy.
Thank God.
Thank God, man. Thank God. Ended on a cheesy note. I love you.
At WonWay Podcast. Follow us at WonWay Podcast on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Thank you guys for listening. Episode 41.
Peace easy, y'all.
Peace.
One love.